Hello, good people. This is the accountant. I will just have a small recap on some of the important accounts that we need to take track of in our business. One of these accounts is the cash account. There's a number of disbursements that we receive, cash receipts, and also do some disbursements. So it's worth noting that we need to keep track of this account. All cash receipts must be well documented and captured in our books of accounts, and all disbursements in that order. Also, another account that's very important for us to keep track of is our accounts receivable. The accounts receivable, basically these are customers that we sell goods to them or give them services on credit. So it's worth noting that this account, we need to ensure that which is due from our customers, it's well documented, and we do prompt invoicing to these customers so that we can be able to receive cash or money from their end with respect to those invoices. It's worth noting that if you delay in issuing invoices to these customers, your business is likely to be hit because of lack of cash flow. So you need to ensure that for the continuity of our business operations, one, we ensure that we do prompt invoicing to these customers and follow up. For those departments that have credit departments, they take charge of now doing some follow-ups for these payments to be done. Another account that is very critical that I need us to go through, that will be the inventory account. These are products we have in stock. So it's also very important that our inventory, our stocks are well safeguarded, because we'll find that in the event that we have employees there who are thieves, so to speak, they can steal this inventory, and that business will lose. So there's a proper control needs to be done. Adequate stock takes needs to be done. Surprise stock takes, so that at any given time our physical stock must match that which you have in our books of accounts. So this is also an area that in the event a business doesn't have capacity to do this, you can reach out, or there are very many other good accounts that can be able to offer you the services to do this stock take on a regular basis. Another account that's very important that we need to take charge of is accounts payable. Like I'd already said that business operations, as you also sell things to customers on credit, you will also be buying them from your supplier on credit terms. So it's worth noting that these accounts payable, we need to keep track of it. This account payable, it's the account at which the money now that will be leaving the organization in the event you make some payments. So these accounts are very important. Goods received notes needs to be done and properly signed for. All documents related to all the goods received in the organization need to be well documented. Another one is the loans payable accounts. Loans payable accounts, these accounts actually is there for payments that we need to make. It could be on to these financial institutions, or it could be also as a result of, let's say, payments to SACCOs with regard to loans they have advanced us. So it's very important that we keep track of these due dates. Otherwise, our business, we will attract penalties if it's in the bank, and also this is likely to interfere with the credit rating of our businesses. So it's very tricky. You need to ensure that as a business, you keep track of this. Another thing that we need to also keep track of is our sales. Like any other business, you will find your sales will show actually the health position of your organization. So you need to be ensured that your sales are recorded as accurately as possible and in a timely manner. Also, our purchases. We need to track all the materials we purchase or goods that are bought for our businesses. This is very vital, especially for the purpose of calculation of cost of goods, which result help us know the gross profit of our businesses. Now, when we talk of gross, that will make me now just go through the expenses immediately. There are key expenses that also need to keep track of. Payroll expenses. And for those who are in Kenya, it's very important for you to know that your payroll expenses must pass through the iTax. The taxman is very keen, so that you'll find that as you populate the P10 every month, you ensure that whether the staffs are casual or they are regular staff, all their payments must pass through the P10. It's very important because these ones, unless you have your salaries and wages that passes through iTax system, you will not, these expenses will not be able to be allowed 100%. Because what happens at the end of the year, you will find your salary or payroll expenses that you put into your financials must match that which is in the has been captured in the iTax. So that one is very vital and very important. You will find that most businesses, they think that by virtue that of paying people off payroll, that is paying staff outside the payroll, and yes, you will do that and you will get into legal troubles. One, with the taxman, in the event the taxman comes to know of that. Secondly, in the event that the employee in question, whom you are not deducting any statutory deductions from them and you are paying them via the bank, this employee, should they sue the organization, let's say in the event that now you part ways, the organization will lose this case. That one will not belabor that point, but we leave it at that point. Now, the another point, some of these expenses, before when I go to the next account line, these expenses are very important. That recently we got a circular. I can call it a circular from KRA that all our expenses for us to claim these things must pass through the iTax. We need to ensure that eTIMS, all our expenses passes through eTIMS. Otherwise, come next year, if you don't do that, we are likely to, all those expenses will be disallowed. And what the net effect would be that our businesses will end up paying more tax by virtue of not claiming these expenses in following up to the directive that have already been given. So ensure that you can even go and do reverse invoicing. Do reverse invoicing to some of these people whom you offered to them services and they don't have eTIMS. It's very important that all our expenses, all your expenses for the year 2025 are well captured in the eTIMS. Lastly, we need to ensure that there's another important account, the retained earning account. These accounts will find that as business we make profits, and these profits are reinvested in the business. So it's very important for these earnings to be, these accounts will show us the cumulative amount that you've reinvested in the business. So it's very important to keep track of these accounts. I think just in summary, we've talked about cash accounts, we've talked about accounts receivable, accounts payable, we talked about sales, we've talked about purchases, we talked about payroll expenses and retained earning. And I think my parting shot would be that we ensure that all our expenses passes through eTIMS, and in the event that we have customers or suppliers in that matter who've not given us the eTIMS, we can do to them what we call reverse invoicing. Thank you and be blessed. I call upon us to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you and God bless you so much.